Okay, this is our group lecture on schizoid personality disorder and all of our names.
So what is schizoid personality disorder? Um, it is where a person shows very little to no interest and has a really hard time in developing relationships with other people. This disorder makes it very hard for people to have and express a full range of emotions. Um, they usually keep to themselves and always are rejecting others. They also have a hard time obtaining or keeping close friendships or romantic relationships.
Okay, some symptoms of schizoid personality disorder are introverted tendencies. They only enjoy or take pleasure in very few activities. It's hard for them to express emotion. They lack a sense of humor. They're not interested in others or getting to know others. And they lack drive to meet their own personal goals. And of course, there's always different variations with different people.
So in this video that will be linked in the discussion, a psychiatrist just interviews a woman that has a schizoid disorder, and in the video you can tell that she's very monotone, hesitant to answer questions, and there's kind of a lag period between when he asks the question and when she answers. And she just kind of stares off into space. And you can just see how disinterested she is and how she just does not want to communicate with psychiatrists at all.
So this is a little chart showing kind of what schizoid gets misdiagnosed as. And a lot of times it's autism just because of the amount of symptoms they have in common. I put this slide in here because we just read Brain on Fire, and it was talked a lot about the misdiagnosis and how important um, diagnosing the right thing to someone can be. So I thought this was pretty interesting.
So this slide just kind of discuss the differences between these three disorders. So the primary distinction between schizoid and schizophrenia is that while schizophrenia is a psychotic condition with more severe disruptions in thought, emotions, and reality perception, schizoid personality disorder primarily impacts personality features and social conduct. So then for the psychotic phase of a bipolar disorder, both of these are actually very similar when it comes to the actual symptoms. But one of the main differences is that schizoid is prevalent over a long period of time, and it's kind of the only symptoms. And then bipolar disorder, it's between the manic and psychotic phase, and so it's only for a short amount of time before it switches back into the mania. So, and also in bipolar, there's delusions and hallucinations that go along with the psychotic phase, and you don't see that in schizoid.
All right. So when do you see schizoid? It's usually typically emerges in late adolescence or early adulthood, with symptoms persisting over time, of course. Severity and manifestation of symptoms can vary among many individuals and not uncommon for individuals with SBD to have difficulty forming and maintaining social relationships. Um, a list that we put on the slide here with coping with schizoid personality disorder, such as seeking social support, exploring hobbies, joining a support group, being patient with yourself, can all set a realistic image of what schizoid portrays as. All right, and for the best approach for schizoid PD, psychotherapy is the most used and most common approach when someone is diagnosed. This can help them improve their relationships with others and find ways to push themselves to be more social, as well as changing, get out of their comfort zone, may be hard for this person. Um, Psychotherapy also provides a safe and supportive environment where individuals can explore and understand their emotions and thoughts and behaviors. And throughout this process, they can gain insight into their condition and develop self-awareness. And here is our references.